Give it up for Zach and all the comics, everybody. Thanks so much. How y'all doing tonight? Hello. Hi. That's right, folks. This is it. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm burning my SAG card. I'm leaving this town. Sort of feels over here, doesn't it? I've been here 16... What?
Why?
Because, well, let's see. 4 times this week I heard somebody go, Dungeons and Dragons is a pretty good movie. The city became very fucking lame really quick, man. We used to get Pulp Fiction and Chinatown. It was like, now it's like D&D and Super Mario Brothers, Marvel's and Stage 5 Cancer. I mean, this shit is over. It's done. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. I'm moving to Tennessee, like Zach said. I'm excited. I'm doing a total rebrand. Like, I'm gonna become a Tennessee guy. Like, I'm gonna start hunting. I'm gonna get a license and a rifle. I've already like looked it up. There's a lot of things that you're allowed to hunt in Tennessee. Yeah, like deer, rabbit, Christian kids. Oh yeah, now you care, right? Oh, interesting. I must have missed all those hashtags. Fucking no silence all week from people. Oh, interesting. I gotta say, I am a little nervous about moving to Tennessee. It's a little spicy right now. It's in the news a little too much for my liking, man. Like, people are storming the Capitol. There was a trans shooter. It really feels like I'm kind of going right to the war zone. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like an episode of MASH, but everyone looks like Klinger. You got that reference, right? I am moving. My wife, however, is staying here. So that's over. That was nice to know. We had a good run, good 2-year run. The good thing about being away from her is I'm gonna get laid the same amount of time as when we lived together. Just we used to fuck all the time when we were dating, and then once this thing came on, nothing. Just completely lost our sexual compatibility, man. It's bad. Like we're already at the point where we had to like spice things up in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like we were fooling around the other day, and it just went nowhere. And she got very frustrated. So she was like, I think we should try role-playing. She was like, what kind of porn do you watch? You know, like we'll act that out. And so I was honest, and I was like, I really like realtor porn. Does anybody know what, is there any other perverts here? So if you don't know, realtor porn is like POV, it's like a house showing. You know, the real estate agent's a hot chick. She was like, I got it. She looked at me like an idiot. She was like, why don't you go wait outside of our 1-bedroom apartment and give me a few minutes. So I went outside in the hallway, waited about 10 minutes. She opens the door. She looks amazing. She has a blouse on that's undone to here. She's got a short skirt on. And she's like, oh, you must be my 330. Come on in. And I'm playing along, and I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful house. And she goes, yeah, it's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, and I came immediately. Turns out I have a square foot fetish. My wife is sexually satisfied all the time, though, because she has this dildo that's full glass. I mean, it's like it weighs like 5 pounds, you know? She's had it forever. She calls it the doctor. So, not only is this thing bigger than me, but it has a better job. I really can't compete with that. She nicknamed my dick Unemployed Writer. I can't wait to go to In-N-Out with Wendy after this. Get the quadruple. I don't know what that means. But we tried, my wife and I. Marriage is hard, because you still have to date your wife, you know what I mean? Like, you have to make time to do shit. And I don't like to do shit, and she loves doing stuff. Like, she loves to go see live music, you know? So we tried that. We went out to the Valley a couple weeks ago to catch out an all-Mormon Motown tribute group. They were actually pretty good. They were called the White Supremes. You should check them out. Find them on Spotify or the Daily Stormer, probably. The one thing I'm not gonna miss is shopping. That's all I do now, is shop. When I was single, I never went shopping. I wore the same underwear for like 4 presidential administrations. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not a shopper. And she went, we go all the time. Like, we had to go to Dick's Sporting Goods because she needed new yoga pants. And so we went there, and she couldn't find her size. Except for the one that was on the female mannequin, you know, the one that's hiking. And she was like, go ask the cashier to get these pants. So I went over. The cashier is like on TikTok. Everyone's worthless now. This is the worst. Just fucking Gen Z, such pieces of shit, man. For real. I hate you people. So then I just heard a voice go, I'll do it. And I like looked over, and there's this big, beefy dude who works in the shipping. And before anybody can say anything, he has picked the female mannequin off the rock, pinned her on the ground, stood over her, and starts yanking the yoga pants off of her. And they're tight, they're not coming off easy. He's just like, and I can hear him, he's like, come on, bitch, let's do it. And my wife is like, I don't want these yoga pants anymore. And he's like, just give me a second, it normally doesn't take this long. And my wife is like, I said no. It's a rape joke where nobody gets raped. Do struggling porn actors say that they're living ass to mouth? This is the kind of shit that goes on in my head. I'm sorry. Be thankful you're not me. One of my side gigs is that I write. I write about music. So I'm always giving people like advice and stuff. And I'm also a stoner, so that normally helps, matters. And I'll give a little tip for all of you. If you play Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti while watching The Hobbit, it ruins both of those things. Like I said, I hate. Who is anybody here? Gen Z? I perform. Yeah, you. You're doing all right. I've seen you. You've laughed a couple times. Most Gen Z people don't laugh. I had to. Most of the crowd I did last night was all Gen Z, and they all laugh like this. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? What is wrong? I don't get it. I just don't connect with them, you know. And I think it's because I'm Generation X. Who's Generation X here? Yeah. Nice. And you know why we're great? We're the last generation that got spanked. Or what are you, a millennial? Did you get spanked?
Yes.
You get spanked all the time?
Get spanked.
You get the spoon? Okay, that's a little. That's abuse. Those are 2 different things. And they fucked me with it. I'm not talking about beating your kids. That's a different thing. This is it. That's all you need. And you say, don't do that again. Because I got that all the time. And I actually specifically remember the last time I got spanked. I was 13 years old. And I had ordered an adult movie off a pay-per-view, right? And the thing is, I was stupid. I didn't know that when the bill came, that it would list the movie, you know? So my mom opened the cable bill, and sure enough, she found out she had to pay $9.95 for Tits a Wonderful Life. which actually was very faithful to the original. So she was really mad, and she waited, and I came home from school, and immediately she beelined over it and started spanking me. But I was 13, didn't hurt anymore. But I didn't want to bruise my mother's ego, you know? So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start fake crying. And so I was like, this hurts, stop, I'm so sorry, you know? And she was like, all right, you learned your lesson, you know? And I went downstairs, and my dad and my brother were shooting billiards down there, right? And I don't know what came over me. I just got really cocky. I was an idiot. And I was like, yeah, Mom just tried to spank me, but it didn't even hurt. So I just fake cried till it was over, you know? And my dad looked me straight in the eye and was like, I'll give you something to cry about. And then he made me suck his dick. He was right, I cried. That's terrible. The guy's fucking 80 years old. He doesn't deserve that. He's a pillar of his community. His friend's gonna be like, hey, I saw your son on the internet. To be clear, my dad did not make me suck his dick. I happily did it. Look what I learned in Tits Your A Wonderful Life. Huh? Did I hear my name? All right. I'm middle-aged, and so that means I think about death a lot. It's pretty common, right? Just people start dying when you get this age, and in fact, I even know what I want my tombstone to say. I want to say, here lies Mike Postalakis. He died doing what he loved, killing himself. And I was walking down Santa Monica Boulevard the other day, because that's where I turn tricks. And I ran into this guy I went to high school with, and he gave me the bad news that somebody we grew up with had passed away recently. And the guy that died was named Jack Fetter. And the thing about Jack was he was a big kind of fat kid when we were all growing up, and we used to tease him a lot. And we used to say things like, hey Jack, I bet if you cut yourself, you'd bleed gravy. You know, fun stuff like that. And but it turns out Jack was in a car accident about a couple months ago. It was raining, and he lost control of the car and spun around on the freeway, and he hit a telephone pole and was ejected through the windshield, and he landed face first on the pavement. And the paramedics got there as quickly as they could, but it was too late. He had already lost too much gravy. That's enough of me, I think, right? Bon voyage, I can hear you all think in your heads. We're gonna keep this going. This next comic is a fellow Ohioan like me. He's a very funny guy. You can see him all around town, and he's got a show on Sirius XM. Ladies and gentlemen, Travis Clybourne.